Hi guys, you're here with Garden Gnomes Etc. I want to show you some real excellent products. And one of the things that I did this year with the Garden Gnomes Etc, I kind of went through a lot of this stuff and I kind of considered it more of an antique type thing for the water gardens. And I kind of got rid of a lot of them because a lot of the stuff that we're used to is like the old day type of stuff, the mindset. And I kind of compare it to the TV set of today. You look and you're going to say, how the heck can you compare something like this with the television set? But if you look at today's TV, it's plasma, it's high definition, it's big screen, it has Blu-ray, it might have 3D, it's definitely surround sound theater. So how many of you would take that, give it up, and go back to the old television? The ones with the big picture tube, the different horizontal and the vertical and high power area and all the different vacuum tubes in there. And I can remember when somebody would come in and they'd bring this big tester and test all your tubes. But that's in a sense, that's sort of what we're dealing with here. We're looking at that maybe the water garden didn't progress the way a lot of other things are. We're still doing the old way of trying to put in, and a lot of people, that's fine, but you know what, I was the same way. I found this rock out in the backyard, and boy, I'll tell you what, that's a gorgeous looking rock, and right away I thought, I'm going to make a pond. No kidding, I'm going to make a pond. I got a rock, and it wasn't enough to make a waterfall, so I found another one in the backyard, and right away I'm thinking, I'm going to make a waterfall. So after about 3,000 rocks, 120,000 pounds, and a value of probably $36,000, I ended up with a 70-foot water garden. But the trouble is, people aren't looking for that stuff anymore. They're looking for stuff for the homeowner, user-friendly, stuff that's maintenance easy. And with my background of close to 50 years in doing the water gardening, I know I said 45, but it's been a couple of years. I was also a maintenance specialist doing a lot of stuff with polymers, plastics, and all the polymers and plastics, they have their one distinct advantage while they have many disadvantages. And you can see by, this is a lot of the welding rod that I used to use. You have the polypropylene, the polyethylene, the PVC, the CPVC. It comes in circular, it comes in flat stock, it comes in triangle, it comes in square. And does anybody know how to tell polyethylene from polypro? Because sometimes they come in a black color or a clear color, and it's as simple as lighting it with a match. It drips like a candle. If it smells like a burnt motor oil, it's polyethylene. Polypro smells like a candle. So that's sort of a little bit, but we're not looking into the different things that I kind of, because that's what I did, is a lot of different things for the chemical industry of nickel and tin and cyanide and chrome and all that type of stuff. So when we're looking for a waterfall, we're looking for a lot of combination of polymers to take care of the ultimate waterfall. And when you look at the different things out there, a lot of them are made out of cement, and they're looking at a lot of different stuff with fiberglass. And those there, you know, they've got advantages. Maybe the cement is good for cars on the freeway. It's a hard surface. But you know what? It's got its disadvantage when it comes to water. We're not going to get into that. This here is polymer. This is one of the most awesome products out there. It's 15 times more tougher than the EPDM rubber type liners. Plus, it's a coating. And what happens with a coating, you have to use a backing to make it stiff, just like this. And then we use the different oxides, the natural oxides, the sand, the crushed rock, and other ones to make this gorgeous rock. Now let's look at this, and I already took the measurements with this. This rock here is 48 inches by 21 by 28. So if you do the specific gravity of a rock, it's 0.09 0.75. So you times all those, this rock here is about 2,700 pounds. Well, let's take 50% of that away because of all the different grooves and stuff that are with it, the hollow out spot. So about 1,400 pounds, but that's really not the issue, because if you did the real rock and you tried to make it real nice and make a waterfall around a preformed type of a polyethylene waterfall wear, it's probably going to exceed that, because you're going to use many rocks. And the problem is with the rocks is once the water gets in there, it heaves, and there's a lot of problems with that. So when we're looking at something like this, for the homeowner, we are looking for user friendliness, maintenance easy, and there's a couple issues on maintenance. It's not only how to keep things clean, it hasn't changed from any of the other type pond stuff of the algae and stuff. But what happens if we have to do a fix later on? It's very easy to do. You can go to Everything Waterfalls and check that type of out. But when we get into it, notice I have the different accent rocks and this beautiful rock bench. And you can see in front there's even a log. But let's get into what I'm talking about. When you're looking at this, this is a little bit different, and I invite you to get yourself a pair of hiking boots, because when somebody makes something out of real rock, it's really not that real at all. You're using some real rock, but as far as a realistic view, get your hiking boots on, go check it out, because every rainstorm, the rocks are different. They're not set up where once your flood goes, the rocks gently come down and fit in place, like a lot of them. So when you look at this, and this is a creation, it's a landscape artist who took and molded these from real rock formations. And when you look at something like this, what's a rock formation? It's capturing nature's beauty. These are castings. They're all capturing the erosion, sculpting, the climate weathering. So you can see just that in the amazing detail that this rock presents. And what more is, and this is something that's not brought out, is everybody gets tired of stuff after a little bit, but you know what? I can redesign, I can recreate, and every aspect of these artificial rocks was created for every aspect of your yard, your patio, your pool, your backyard. So you kind of get the hint of what we have. And again, I'm going to go through the advantages. It's user-friendly. It's real type of rock particles and stuff. And the process of putting this together is the polymer. It has the polyethylene foam. What does the foam do? That's only there to keep this, keep the mold, and as far as keeping the actual polymer, because that is a coating, so it's making it stiff, it's making it a legit rock formation. And of course you can see the weathering and the erosion sculpting that makes this an incredible, beautiful type of rock formation. And another thing is, I went to the zoo looking, because I'm looking to compare my stuff with other stuff, and where to go is the zoo. They have all kinds of it's the whole landscape aspect of the zoo. I didn't go there for the lions and tigers and bears, oh my. I went there to see and those are secondary, because people aren't going to look at the rocks. They're going to look, oh, there's a bear, or there's a tiger. But when it comes to the yard, this is the main focus. It's not going to be, you're not going to have a hippo or a rhinoceros. So when you create, and that's where I'm looking at, from having years of experience in that, I'm looking for the materials that suit my purpose of what I'm doing. And that's what separates me from because a lot of people ask, what do I do and stuff. Well, this kind of sets it apart, because I'm bringing these into my yard. I want them in there so I can design and create different things with these incredible universal rocks, and the different, then the opportunity of finally having a waterfall for your yard.